The daily grind of working in an office can cause pain that people often try to ignore, but sometimes that pain can affect your whole life, and it should not be ignored. Dr. Rodolfo Gari from Florida Pain Relief Group joins us now with more. Dr. Gari, good to have you back.
My pleasure.
A lot of people try to just ignore the pain, but if it's really starting to bother them and it's affecting their whole life, why should they go see somebody like you?
Well, because one of the things, for example, the reason why we as human beings have something called pain, because it's a warning signal. Think of it like you're driving your car and it starts to flash saying that the engine oil is low. You're about to get into something really bad. So if you have pain from whatever that may be, that's your body telling you, hey, you got to go and get this checked out, because it can and normally does get worse if it's not treated.
When you see people that work in an office environment, what kind of pain are they usually coming to you with?
Usually some sort of work-related injuries. Sometimes it's a fall. You know, I get a lot of patients of mine that are on workers' compensation, for example, that, you know, they get sent over because they're lifting boxes, they hurt their back. Sometimes they're typing, they're using a lot of computer, they get repetitive stress injuries like carpal tunnel. They get neck injuries, you know, from maybe reading, having the head too low. Just about any type of activity can happen. If you sit for long periods of time, that can affect your lower back. In fact, one of the biggest pressure on your lower back is when you're sitting down.
Really?
What I tell some of the patients.
I've got that.
Yeah.
I've got it here, I've got it here. So, you know, and I tend to just think, well, you know, that's just the cost of doing business. But I don't have to live with this pain.
Well, you know, in a way, it's some of the things that we do, but there's things that can be done. For example, if you sit a lot, you can sit on one of those medicine balls.
Right.
That helps with your core muscles. Also, if you can stand, there's a lot of these desks that you can actually raise up, and standing actually reduces the pressure on your lower back.
Right.
And that helps quite a bit.
I'm looking into that. Now, back to the workers' comp situation. How does that all work when somebody comes to you?
Well, the workers' compensation was meant to help the injured worker, and it's a great program because people need help. You know, what they'll do is someone gets injured, they'll work with the workers' compensation. They'll get an adjuster. That adjuster can send the patient to someone like us to evaluate what's going on. We can make a diagnosis on what's happening, what's causing the injury, and what we want to do is help them out and, you know, try to get them back to work. Definitely.
That's the goal, right? You don't want to have more time than you need. What about repetitive stuff like typing? I'm just thinking of everybody around me on our computers, just that alone. Do you see a lot of people coming in just with carpal tunnel?
We see a lot of that. We see a lot of people with pain, and our hands weren't made to be typing all the time. It was meant to grab and doing things. So things that are not natural, that can cause a lot of injuries. And one of the things about the workers' comp that you mentioned earlier is that if we can see that patient earlier, the studies have shown very significantly that the earlier that you treat that injured worker, the more likely that he is or she is to get back to work.
All right. Well, Dr. Gari, thank you very much. You can contact Florida Pain Relief Group to schedule your same-day appointment. Visit their website. It is floridapainreliefgroup.com, or you can give them a call, 844-KICK-PAIN. Dr. Gari, thank you again.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.